Hi guys, welcome to Ashish Academy again, and it's a very important topic about the session and the session factory because when we talk about Hibernate as a ORM and when we are interacting, so we also need to understand how the session and session factory works. Okay, because we will just play around and around with the session and the session factory, right? So what is the basically why we are looking for session and session factory? Let's discuss about the session factory. The main contract here is the creation of a session instance. Usually an application has a single session factory instance and thread servicing client requests obtain a session instance from this factory only. Okay. So an application has a single session factory instance only. So basically it will be a singleton, you can say singleton class. The internal state of a session factory is immutable. Once it is created, this internal state is set. This internal state includes all of the metadata about object relationship mapping. Okay. The implementer must be a thread safe. That is all about the session factories. So maybe if anybody is asking for, do we can have a multiple session factories, then you need to know about it. Okay, can we have a multiple session factories like that? Okay. So that is also you need to understand how the sessions and session factories works basically. So usually an application has a single session factory instance and thread servicing client requests obtaining the session instance from the factory. So if you need a session, so you can get the multiple. So this client request obtain the sessions from the session factory basically. So session factory will initiate the sessions basically. On so this thread servicing to a client request. So because when we are talking about that request or keep coming from the web browser or any other client, so it will threads are servicing to these requests. Basically, it will be also asking to a sessions when we are interacting with the database through a Hibernate. That is the basically concept is all about. So the main runtime interface between a Java application and the Hibernate. This I'm talking about the session. This is the central API class abstracting the notion of a persistent service. The lifecycle of a session is bounded by the beginning and end of the logical transaction. Long transaction might span several database transactions, right? So the life cycle of a session is bounded by the beginning and end up. So basically whatever logical transaction which we, so that is the basic, the session is bounded, the life cycle of a session is bounded inside that logical transactions. The main function of a session is to offer, create, read and delete operations for an instance of a mapped entity classes. Instance may exist in one of the three states. So the main function of a session is to offer, create, means this CRUD operation, read, write, add, update, delete, you can say, operation for instance of mapping entities. So everything we just do, so it is going through the session only, right? If so, basically when we talk about the instances may exist in one arm, so the instance of that entity, right, which is mapped with the particular table, which will have three states: transient, detached and persistent, right? So this is basically a main runtime interface between a Java application and the Hibernate. So basically when we talk about playing through a Java code and you are trying to access to a database through a Hibernate, so that will be a through session basically. So object state, that is a transient, never persistent, not associated with any session. Persistent, associated with the unique session. Detached, previously persisted, not associated with the any session. So these are three. Transient means never persisted, not associated. So till now it is not associated with the any session. Persistent, associated with the unique session means any, so this any object is associated with the session, then that is basically come under the session. Detached means previously it was associated with the session, but after that not associated with any other session, like that. So in that case, it will be a detached. So you need to know this, when the object is in transient state, when the object in the persistent state, when the object is in the detached state. When you understand these states, then you will able to sort out some of the exceptions, some of the issues like that, when you need to use, when you need to fetch it like that. If you are closing the session and still after that you are trying to access that particular entity from the session like that, so that is some issues in eagerly or fetching strategies are also affecting to these states basically, and you will see some errors, right? So you need to very carefully need to understand when the object is in the transient state, persistent state and detached state. So transient instance may be made persistent by calling save, persist or save or update. See, this transient instance may be made persistent. Once you call save, persist or save or update, after that this transient will be into a persistent state. Persistent state may be made transient by calling delete on any instance written by the get or load method. So it will be from persistent to a transient state. Method in the persistent. Okay. Detached instance may be made persistent by calling update, save or update, log or replicate. So detached instance may be made persistent. So you can convert detached object to a persistent object calling by update, save or update, log, replicate. The state of a transient or a detached instance may also be made persistent. Means any transient and detached object also can be made a persistent as a new persistent instance by calling a merge. So you need to see when you are using these methods, right? So this or how this object state is getting changed. So many times the interview will ask what will be the state of this after the save, if you are using a persistent save or update, what will be this state of the particular entity before this, after this, something like that. This kind of concept and the questions can be arises in the interview. So you need to be very much clear about this, and you need to be clear about when it is in the transient state, when it is in the persistent state, when it is the detached state. So save and the persist returns an SQL insert, delete in an SQL delete, and update or merge in an SQL update. Save and persist result in an SQL insert, delete in an SQL delete, and update or merge in an SQL update. The changes to a persistent instances are detached at flush time when and also result in an SQL update. So basically at flush time means when you are calling the flush operation, and the replicate results in either an insert or an update. It is not intended that implementers be a thread safe, any implementer of sessions basically. Instead, each thread and transaction should obtain its own instance from a session factory. Each instance of a session should be obtained from that session factory only. A session instance is serializable if its persistent classes are serializable. So this is the basically all about the concept about the session, and what are the object state, how the object state are getting changed, right? So that is basically session is playing a major role. Through a session you will understand what is the basically object state. Based on the object state you will understand that when the queries particular is loading from the session, or that you are getting the data from the session, or maybe getting from the database, right? So there is a question sometimes it will ask for, There's what is the difference between gate and load, right? So you need to understand then what is the difference between gate and load, right? So that is at this moment some of the questions will come up, right? What is the difference between save and persist, right? Save and save or update, like that. So some kind of a questions can be a arises like that. Now the simple code is session SCSS factory dot open session. That is, a factory is nothing but a, it is a just a referencing for that session factory. Transaction TX, which we have specified that TX dot session dot begin transaction. So this is the way you can start the transaction. TX dot commit, if you wanted to some delete, update, something like that. After that you will commit it. Then in the cache, whenever you are in the cache block, you can just, if transaction is not equal to null, you can roll back the transaction. Finally you can close the session. So this is the some simple code. If you are just managing the transaction through a transaction dot begin transaction, and then logically this transaction is getting ended here in the tx dot commit. If some error, it will be came into a cache block. Here you will transaction dot rollback. So if the session throws an exception, the transaction must be rolled back and the session discarded. The internal state of a session might not be consistent with the database after the exception occurs. So if the any exception is comes up, so in that case, the transaction should be rolled back and the session should be discarded, right? So you should not use that session again because that session might not be consistent with the database. So this kind of an issue, so many times you will see when you are handling or interacting with the database, which if the session is not consistent with the database, then sometimes you will see some of the exceptions and typical type of exceptions here, right? As of now, I don't have any particular exception name in my mind, but you will see these kind of a problems when you do some kind of R&D on these exceptions. So you will see this is the major error issue. The session is not consistent with the database basically. So that is the basically the implementation code is very simple for a session, right? This is the session dot begin transaction, do something and you can commit the transaction. If you have any exception, you can roll back and you can close the session. But when you are, concept is very important. If you are talking about the concept, right, and the object state, majorly the object state is very important, which is basically playing around and around the session. It's a very important concept. This object state is a very important, so that you will understand actually what is happening when you are using, when you are doing any operation, save or maybe a load or get and load or update or something like that. So these methods are playing very important role on the different object states. So I hope you got the point for this.